Hello, everyone. This is week 11 for coding assignment, which I had to do a tic-tac-toe game involving JavaScript, especially, and some other techniques and so forth. But I wanted to put together this and show you what I've done and what I have. I decided to make the board the tic-tac-toe board out of using divs. So I have like first row is cells uh 0 through 2. Second row is 3 through 5, and the third row is 6 through 8 if it was like an index. But instead of that, it's gonna be 1 through 3, 4 through 6, and 7 through 9. So I have them as class as a cell. I also have a div class of row. And what I did with that is with the class of the row, I made it flex. I made the display flex. And then with the cell, I made the cells with 100 pixels, height 100 pixels, border 1 pixel, and the solid color of being black. Made display flex. I used the flex. I was using the flex box things. Uh, the uh, justify content is centered in the cell. The line items are centered. The font size is 24 pixels. The cursor is a pointer. When you put your cursor on there, it turns into a pointer. And the transition background color is about 3 seconds, 0.03 seconds. And then when you go to the cell, you can hover over it, which is a pretty neat technique. So let me show you that. So if I go over any of these cells, it hovers. If I want to put in something, it does become a pointer. I put in an X. Here's an X. Put in an O, put in another X, another O, another X, another O, another X. X wins because it's diagonally. So the player that did the X's, they win, and then it resets the game. But what it is with the cell hover is the color, the background color is a kind of a whitish color. So if we go back again, it's like a whitish color right here when you hover over it, which is pretty neat. And yeah, I want to show you also some things I did with the JavaScript. Um, Beautiful. I created cells. Every cell is going to be a query selecting all. Made a reset button and made it document get element by ID. So if I say cell, that's the cell right here with the query query selected all. It's a class because it has a period behind it or a dot with the cell. So it does that. And then I create a constant reset button, and the reset button is it's just a reset button. It's not dealing with a call ID or anything like that. But it is that. Then I made started with the current player, let play current player equal X. So that's going to be the first player is going to be putting X's. Uh, put an X first, and then the next player is going to put an O first, and then X X O back and forth until we have a winner. Depends on the strategies of the moves. So what I did here, when a player X wins or player O wins, I said if there's a winner, a pop-up window will appear saying either X wins or O wins and restarts the game, or in this case resets it. If there's a draw, a pop-up window will appear saying it's a draw, and then it'll reset the game. And it means player one will be starting with X's again. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean it's going to start with player two doing O's. It's always going to be player one starting with an X. So placing an X. And then when I did the reset button to add event listener to click, it gives the user the options to reset the game when the tic-tac-toe board is not completely filled. The function checks for the winner by presenting three X's or O's vertically, horizontally, or diagonally, any of those combinations. And then at the bottom, where it says reset game, I made a function called reset game. And what it does is it resets the game with the player starting with the X's. So if I go back here, let's say I want to try something. Let's say I try this, 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 this. That's X wins, unfortunately. X wins, but I was trying to make it say like it's a draw, but it's not a draw. So, but it automatically resets. It automatically resets the game. When somebody wins, whether the X wins or O wins, or if it's a draw, it'll reset the game. But let's say I want to just put a few things in here right now. It gives me an option to reset the game, even though the game is not complete. That'll do that. So let me see if I can try this again. O wins this time. So, but that's what's going on here, and that's what I've learned from it. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I hope everybody has a good day. And thank you.